So step one for the G chord, I want you to take your pinky. So your pinky in guitar numerology is finger 4. So thumb is thumb, and then we have our 4 fingers. So take your pinky, or finger 4, and I want you to place it on fret 3. You can think column 3, right? On string 1. So the bottom string, it's physically top string, but it's physically the bottom string. Right, so place your pinky on the 3rd fret on the top string. Now hold it down. Now take your 3rd finger, so your ring finger, and place it on the 3rd fret on the string above, on string 2. Okay, the next string above will be open, so no finger on that one. The next one above that, also open. Now take your pointer finger and place that on fret 2, string 5. Lastly, take your middle finger and place it all the way up the top on fret 3, string 6. Now, you can see my fingers look like claws. What do I mean by that? So they're like that. So when you're playing open chords, to get all the notes to ring out, you have to have your fingers up on the tips so they don't block off the other strings, the open strings. So if I was to squeeze my hand in like this, I'm not going to be able to get all the notes to ring out. So really squeeze your fingers in, and then I just want you to, with your right hand, just push the guitar pick through and try and get all 6 strings to ring out. Once more. Okay, so let's do that one more time. So first step, take your pinky, place it here on fret 3, string 1. And then place your 3rd finger above that on fret 3, string 2. Next string above, 3 will be open, 4 will be open. Then your pointer finger will go on fret 2, string 5. And then your middle finger will go on fret 3, string 6. Remember, we want our hand like claws. Now, one thing just to have a look at, if I was to look at this hand here from the side, we can see that my wrist is quite flat. So when you're playing open chords, don't pull your wrist up like that. When you pull your wrist up like that, you'll lose pressure on the fingers, and then you'll grab the guitar, so you don't want to grab. So your wrist is just there. Your thumb will sit a little bit higher than usual for other parts of the guitar we're going to play. And we want our fingers up like claws. And you're pushing on the tips of the fingers. So when you take your hand away, you're really going to see some lines on the fingers. And that's okay. So your fingers, when you first start, you'll get calluses, they might hurt a little bit, but you'll really see lines that press in on the skin. Hey there, if you've been enjoying this video and you're serious about learning guitar, I just wanted to quickly mention I built a complete beginner guitar course that walks you step by step from absolute basics to confidently playing full songs. The exact same method I've used teaching thousands of students across some of the top schools here in Australia. You'll learn all the fundamentals, techniques, chords, rhythm, finger picking, and every module includes a practice journal and downloadable book so you can track your progress. So, if you're ready to finally start learning guitar the right way, just hit the link below or visit beginnerguitarcourse.com. Okay, so next chord we're going to learn is the C chord. Now, the G chord used all 6 strings. The C chord only uses 5 strings. And you'll see this in a minute on the diagram where there's an X marked over one of the strings, which means we don't play that string. So step 1, take your pointer finger, place it on fret 1, string 2. The string above will be open. Take your middle finger, place that on. So fret 2, string 4, and then take your 3rd finger and place that on fret 3, string 5. Now, we're not going to play this string here. So string 6, as you can see on the chord diagram there, has an X on it. So the X means you do not play that string. And then from there, we push through with the guitar pick. Now the X means don't play that string, but you can also see circles, right? So the circles mean open string. So we can see there on that 3rd string with the C chord, there's an open string. And then on string 1, there's also another open string. So again, the X means you do not play that. If I was to play the X with the C chord, look, it's not wrong, but it doesn't quite work. On another instance, if you were to play up the neck like that or there, if you play the string that has an X on it, it can really make a sound that's not pleasing. So once more, C chord. Step 1, take your pointer finger, place it on fret 1, string 2. Next part, the string above will be open. Then take your middle finger and place that on fret 2, string 4. And then take your third finger and place that on fret 3, string 5. Now this one here, physically our top string, but our bottom string, our bottom E, we're not going to play that. So we're going to take the guitar pick and we're just going to push through and strum from string 5 all the way down. And we want all those notes to ring out. So if you were to pick them individually, you would hear the notes. So C chord is definitely one where you have to have your fingers right up like claws. Like you think of like this one, like kind of like a little staircase, right? So when you play, those fingers being up on the claws like that enable those open strings and the other ones that are fretted to ring out. So if you were to pull your hand down or squeeze your fingers in, you're not going to get the notes to ring out properly. So right up on the tips of the fingers. And again, if we switch to, and we look at the back of this hand here, so my left hand, we can see that my left hand there, my wrist is like nice and flat, right? So it's not pulled up like that. So if you pull it up too high, it'll affect the other strings. And if you have your wrist too low, you then won't be able to get the proper pressure on your fingers. Okay, so next chord we're going to do is the D chord. Now D chord only uses 4 strings. So for the D chord, we're only going to play from string 4 down. So these top strings, or the bottom 2 strings, we're not going to play. So step 1 for D chord, take your middle finger. So middle is finger number 2, and place it on fret 2 on the top string, or the bottom, like physically the bottom string, but start to think about it as the top string. So we're going to push in there, again having your fingers like claws, and then take your third finger and place that on fret 3 on the string above. Next part, take your pointer finger and place that on fret 2, string 3. And then the string above will be open. So with the guitar pick, we're then going to play just those 4 strings. And you can see on that chord diagram that these 2, the bottom strings, they have X's on them, so you don't play those ones. So you're only strumming or playing from string 4 downwards. Okay, so let's try that one more time. So take your middle finger or finger 2 and place that on fret 2 on top string, right? So top string, string 1. Take your third finger, place that on fret 3 on string 2 above, and then take your pointer finger and place that on fret 2, string 3. Now the string above, you will play open. So if I was to play these top 2 strings, it doesn't quite work. So they're not part of the chord tonality or the chord theoretical structure. So the next 2 chords we're going to learn, these are major chords, are A and E. So A, so step 1 for A, I want you to take your pinky or your 4th finger and place it on fret 2 on string 2. And then take your 3rd finger and place that above on fret 2, string 3. And your middle finger and place that above on fret 2, string 4. Now this one, we're only going to play from string 5 all the way down. So we're not going to play string 6, and you can see that on the chord diagram there. So once again, so take your pinky, place that on fret 2, string 2, place your 3rd finger on fret 2, string 3, and your middle finger on fret 2, string 4. Now again, having your fingers really up like claws. So as we mentioned in the G, C, and D, having your fingers like claws, right? And then playing from string 5 all the way down. If I was to turn my hand and we have a look at the back of my left hand, we can then also see that my wrist is not pulling up and my wrist is not pulling down. So my wrist is just sitting flat. My thumb is over the top, but we don't want to have flat fingers. As soon as you push your fingers in flat, it makes that A chord very tricky to play. Okay, so here is the next chord, E. So step 1 for E, take your pointer finger and place that on fret 1, string 3, then your third finger, or your ring finger, place that on fret 2, string 4, and then your middle finger, place that on fret 2, string 5. Now E major, we will strum all 6 strings. Right, so strum all 6 strings. You want to make sure all those are ringing out. And again, our fingers are like claws, so really up on the tips of the fingers. Okay, so E major chord once again. So take your pointer finger, place that on. So fret 1, string 3, then your third finger, place that on fret 2, string 4, and then your middle finger, fret 2, string 5. And then what we're going to do is strum all 6 strings. And again. Okay, so that is our A and our E chord.